Yes, sir. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy D Mills, and as you guys can see by the title, you already know what the fuck going on. Look, we got rare body features only 1% of people have. Let's get straight to the video.
It's no secret that no two people on Earth are alike. It's fair to say that everyone has a number of similarities, like we all have 2 arms, legs, eyes, and ears. But among 7.5 billion people on Earth, there's a very small number of truly unique people. This is some physical feature that makes them really stand out from the crowd because there's almost nobody else on Earth that has it. Ready to see the most unusually unique people on Earth? Let's get it on! Gary Turner. This is Gary Turner, but most people know him by a different name, Elastic Man. He took the Guinness World Record for the stretchiest skin all the way back in 1999, and nobody has been able to beat him since. His performances might look uncomfortable, but actually he can stretch his skin without any pain. This is all because of an extreme case of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a genetic disorder that can affect ligaments, internal organs, and of course the skin. As a result of this, his skin is super stretchy because of defective collagen, but it's not without problems.
His kneecap.
In his skin take a long time to heal, and he had to quit football because of it. But these days, it's not too much of a problem, and he uses his stretchy skin to his advantage by working as a sideshow performer. Rodriguez Hernandez. You know what they say about big feet. Big shoes. But how big exactly? Well,
big meat. Let me stop. I'm done.
Rodriguez Hernandez from Venezuela has the record for the biggest feet on a living person, with a foot size measuring in at a whopping 16 inches and a shoe size of 26. It won't be a shock to anyone that he struggled to find shoes that
I know
fit,
it's hard to
most
find shoes.
Shoe shops only sell up to about a size 14. So as a teenager, he often went barefoot and was bullied by other kids for the size of his feet, which are as large as they are due to an overactive pituitary gland that produces too much growth hormone. His feet are actually even bigger than the feet of the tallest man on Earth. Now, though, his Guinness World Record fame means that people are more than happy to custom make shoes to fit his feet.
That record don't mean shit if I ain't getting no money for it.
Devendra
You feel me?
Sudhar.
What Cash Nasty say? Gotta pay these bills. Real shit. I don't want this plaque if I ain't getting no money for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's pointless. If this ain't gonna better me or my family, fuck the plaque. You know what I mean?
Count on our fingers, and sometimes our toes too. But Devendra Sudhar would have been very confused if he tried that. That's because instead of 20 fingers and toes, he has 28. That's 2 extra fingers on each hand and 2 extra toes on each foot. Well, it's not that uncommon to have an extra 1 or 2. His specific form of polydactylism is extremely rare. So rare, in fact, that he holds the Guinness World Record for the largest number of fingers and toes in the world. So, what would someone with extra fingers choose to do for a living? He's a carpenter. It seems unwise for someone with extra fingers to choose a job where people with only 10 fingers regularly cut one off. And he does say he has to be extra careful, but the extra concentration hopefully makes him particularly good at carpentry.
Hey, he making it work though. Shit, he don't let that stop him
Matthias
from
Schleet.
getting that check.
Everyone has memories of Popeye's huge arm muscles pummeling some goon. Bet you didn't ever expect to see someone with a real-life arm like that, but now you can. Matthias Hellboy Schleet has a rare genetic defect that's made the bone in his right forearm 33% bigger than his normal-sized left arm. Of course, every superpower has its purpose, so it won't surprise you to learn that Matthias has been a very successful professional arm wrestler for over a decade. But actually, when he was about to start out, he was laughed at by other pros for wanting to get into the sport because he doesn't weigh nearly as much as your average arm wrestler. What they didn't realize is that most of his weight is in his wrestling arm, and most of his competitors never stood a chance against him.
That's a big ass arm.
Jeff Dave. Possibly the most useful of all the unusual features on this list belongs to Jeff Dave. He has truly remarkably large hands.
Fuck out of somebody with
his
them
arms
hands,
are exceptionally large too. They probably have to be to operate
I
such
hate to
large
get
hands.
grabbed by him.
Don't be at all surprised to learn that he's a professional arm wrestler. Frankly, it would be a waste if he wasn't. He would need to put his basketball-sized hands and forearms with a 19-inch circumference to use somehow.
Damn, look at the size of that phone compared to his hand.
As a result of an old injury. And you're probably wondering what medical condition caused his giant...
God damn.
If you manage a business,
Fantastic Four type shit.
Flexible CRM solution.
Damn,
that can
Marvel.
manage the entire customer lifecycle.
giant limbs, and there's a pretty interesting answer to that. None. He just happened to be born that way, with big arms and hands that kept growing with him. Some people are just destined to be famous. Jyoti Kisanji Amji. This is Jyoti Kisanji Amji. She's from India, and she's the world's shortest living woman. It was first discovered that she wasn't growing like a normal child at the age of 5. The doctors realized she had a rare form of dwarfism known as achondroplasia, which meant that she would never grow beyond a certain height. At 15 years old, she got her first Guinness World Record for being the shortest living teen.
What a check at? What a check? I got a plaque, but what a check at? I need some money for all this shit.
Teenager, and she really was tiny. At that point, she was only 9 pounds heavier than she was when she was born. She now has her second Guinness World Record for shortest living woman, standing at only 2 foot and 0.7 inches. Her life isn't always easy, and all her clothes, shoes, and even her plates and cutlery need to be made especially for her. But she's also achieved her dreams of being able to travel and becoming a household name.
Sound like she getting that check. I like that.
Sultan Kosin. Sultan Kosin's feet are the only part of him that have been beaten by something larger. The tallest living man has very few rivals. He's one of only 10 men in all human history that has been reliably measured at over 8 foot tall. He's actually 8 foot 2.8 inches, but he didn't always tower over everyone. He only started his unusual growth spurt at the age of 10. It was caused by a tumor causing his pituitary gland to produce too much growth hormone, but luckily his Guinness World Record fame meant surgeons gave him the life-saving surgery he needed to remove the tumor completely for free. And that's not all he's happy about. He's also fulfilled his dream of falling in love and getting married, and he can finally get clothes made that actually fit him. Adrian Lewis. I'll bet almost everyone has seen at least one person showing off how long their tongue is, but not one of those showmen can beat Adrienne Lewis. She thinks she may have the longest tongue in the...
She need to rush that shit. That shit looks sick.
World, and she may well be right, measuring in at an incredible 4 inches. How long is that?
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help.
Rush that shit.
This sentence is grammatically correct, but...
Exactly. Well, her YouTube channel has plenty of examples of the amazing things she can do with it. She can lick her chin, her nose, and her elbow, which, let me just remind you, is supposed to be impossible. More than that, she can even lick her own eye like a chameleon. And let's not forget how long their tongues are. Her tongue is so long that in elementary school, she used to use it to deter bullies by freaking them out. There doesn't seem to be any reason for its abnormal length, so I guess she just got lucky.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Byron Schlenker. We've already shown you the longest tongue, but Guinness has many different ways to measure things. Byron Schlenker doesn't have the longest tongue, but he does have the widest. I would have never thought that would be very impressive, but that was before I'd seen it. It's an unbelievable 3.37 inches wide. He discovered
that
this
motherfucker
unique feature
look heavy as hell. Heavy tongue ass.
Looking through a Guinness World Record book to help his daughter with a school project. He saw the previous record was 3.1 inches and he was sure he could beat it. He was right, and not so long after, he had stolen the title. But remember his daughter he was helping with the school project? Well, she's the apple that didn't fall far from the tree. It turns out she has the world's widest tongue for a woman, and at 2.89 inches, it's very nearly as impressive as her dad's. Isaac Johnson. Isaac Johnson from Minnesota looks like your average teenager, right up until the moment he opens his mouth. He has the Guinness World Record for the biggest mouth gate, and they're not joking around with this one. He can open his mouth so wide, most people would presume they're looking at CGI-enhanced footage. How wide is it really? 3.67 inches. Seriously, grab a ruler and check how wide your mouth opens for a comparison. I guarantee it's nowhere near that big. I'm not sure how useful it is, but I'm sure it goes some way to filling up that teenage boy appetite, and if that fails, maybe he should check if he can get a job in the movies playing It, or Jaws even.
No.
Big ass mouth.
No. 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 Hell no. No. No.
Hell no.
I refuse. No. No.
Alright guys, appreciate you guys for watching. Hold on, we didn't messed up somewhere. Thank you guys for watching, man. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the next videos that come up. Make sure you guys spam my IG. Spam my Twitter, IMD Mills. Subscribe, hit that bell button.